Hello, hello, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Leona Mercury coming in once again here for your weekly reading. This is for the second week of March, March 8th to the 15th. Now, there are lots of things happening that week. A lot happening, actually. On the 15th, we have Saturn, which left combustion with the sun just yesterday. I'm recording this on the 7th, and that happened on March 6th. I am a Vedic astrologer, but I also incorporate tropical astrology because both are relevant in the 21st century. So, and as we all live in that time period, I feel like that's the right thing to do because the truth is probably somewhere in between, right? So as we move along here on the 15th, we have Saturn moving into a once in a lifetime, once in 30 years, basically. It could be twice in someone's lifetime, I guess, or 3 times, I suppose, if you live to be 100. And it happened at the first year you were born. But ultimately, it really is pretty much for me, this I think is probably the second time that it's happening. And the first time it happened, I did have big changes in my life. And I think that's about to happen again. It probably is happening for many of you because Saturn moving into Shadabisha, which is a lunar house equivalent in Vedic astrology. It's called a nakshatra, but in tropical astrology, it would be called a lunar house. So this particular one is it's basically translates to 100 healers. And so we have this really interesting energy coming in here from Saturn. Saturn is exalted in the 11th house, and in Vedic astrology, it's in Aquarius. In tropical, it's in Pisces. It's going to be in Vedic astrology, it's in Aquarius, and it's in the last phase of what's called the Sati, or 7.5 year period for those with Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius sun, ascendants, moon signs. Depending if you have the Saturn moon conjunction in your chart, you may have had a tough 4 or 5 years, and that's why. So if you want to learn more about all this, please come on over to Patreon. That's where you can find the extended for this video, as well as all the videos that I do. The bottom of the deck, just so you see it, is that wonderful Page of Swords energy. We did just get the Queen of Cups. So we have the energy of Cancer coming in. That's home. That's the 4th house. Depending on your ascendant, it could be a different house for you. But the soul of Cancer is always in the 4th house no matter what. So wherever you have the moon, wherever you have Cancer in your chart, those areas are influenced by Cancer, but Cancer is still going to be influenced by that 4th house. So the 4th house will always have the moon energy, will always have Cancer energy. So, for example, if someone has the moon in excuse me, you guys, I have these terrible allergies that kicked off the other day when I spent 9 hours in a house with 9 cats. I wish I was joking, but actually it's family members and I love them and I love my tiny human. I gotta see tiny human. So, it is what it is. I have cat allergies and I spent 9 hours in a house with 9 cats and I'm okay. I'm just a little stuffy. Part of it is because Saturn, which is connected to my health in my chart, had been combust. And the moment Saturn went combust, I went combust. I just wasn't able to, I couldn't even go out. I was so sick. I was sick for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I'm finally done with that. Saturn's coming out of combustion. And just before it comes out of combustion, I do that to myself. Well, anyway, it's worth it because that little tiny baby human is so beautiful and fun. Oh, you guys, it's the best thing in the world. Love it. Okay, so this is about motherhood coming through, house, home. Some of you are trying to protect your house, your home. You might be getting a security system. This could be a recommendation from the other side also. They're always with me. I am a psychic medium and a Vedic astrologer. And in my public life, I'm more traditional healer. So this Shadabisha nakshatra coming up here with Saturn, particularly since it's connected to my house of health, I actually was supposed to go to med school. That's what my chart told me, but I didn't know that until later in my life. So I did want to go, but I didn't have the confidence to go. So I did other things that are connected to health It's just, I just didn't do the full MD. So, which is really too bad. And like so many levels. Next lifetime, you guys, next lifetime. Close, I'm still a doctor, just not an MD. So, all right, here we go. It does look like there's some struggle within a home. It has to do with this Queen of Cups and this King of Pentacles. So there could be someone in your energy. My beautiful Virgos. I know that you are Earth energy. So of course this could be you, but so could the Queen of Cups, right? So this just is sort of an indicator of these energies of like love, nurturing home, and then also this Earth energy. This person has their eyes closed and she has her back turned to this person. But there is this need to protect your home, to protect yourself. You may need to get a safe, put in some cameras. Think about that a little bit, my beautiful Virgos, okay? Because it's right here. I also see this energy of Sagittarius here, which is, this has to do perhaps with a relationship with the two cups on this card. This is Salvador's Kishtak. And if you haven't met Sal yet, go ahead over to his channel, Eat, Read, Love. No, I don't get any money for that or anything. I just know he's a good person, a good reader. He's like me, the Vedic astrologer. We have a lot of the same placements too in our chart, which is pretty fun to find that out. He's truly psychic, by the way. That's how I know he truly is gifted. He's a gifted astrologer, he's a gifted reader, he's a gifted psychic. It's in his chart, it's in my chart. I know he's legitimate. That's something about Vedic astrology. You can see it's the sort of secret of CEOs, celebrities, sports figures, etc., politicians, because, you know, it does have this tremendous truth behind it. And there's a lot of reasons why. But you'll have to go over to Patreon and learn more about that there. As a VIP, I dropped tons of astrology videos. I counted last week. I think I dropped like 5 of them. Wow. And some of them were on the longer side. Yesterday, I dropped 2 in the last week, in the last 4 days, 3 days of this week. So, you know, I drop a lot of videos. I make 24 videos just with the individual signs. I usually do at least one collective reading a week, energy reading a week with like an extended, and then I do, you know, like I said, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 or more Vedic astrology videos. I'm a producer. I definitely have that going on. So there's struggle in a first marriage for someone here, my beautiful Virgos. It could be you. There is a struggle here, and it does look like it has to do with a first marriage. If it's not a first marriage for you, this could be something to do with the law. There could be a struggle with the law. Someone's also trying to guard their wealth, or they're very guarded surrounding their wealth when it comes to a relationship. And they may, because they're so guarded, that has to do with ego, by the way. So I don't know who this is, who this King of Pentacles represents, but whoever this represents for you, this person has a bit of an ego. And it could be affecting their relationships because they hold back. They hold back on their relationships. Yeah, there's someone's holding back on a marriage. It's just coming out. It could also be, there's also a new relationship coming in here, brought to you by the divine, by angels. Sagittarius energy, 9th house energy. Sagittarius rules the 9th house. The 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, and in tropical astrology, Chiron is also part of that equation. Chiron is the centaur, the wounded healer. I guess that would be me too. That's what the other side just chimed in and said, hey, that's you too. You are right. Okay, so because I am a cancer survivor, I think this year is 32 years. Is that really true? Yes, it is. Wow. I can't believe it, you guys. This year is 32 years since I was first diagnosed with cancer. I had a recurrence 22 years ago, and I was given 2 years to live, but because of Vedic astrology and the ecosystem of the Vedas, so I call it an ecosystem, but the Vedas include Vedic astrology, Ayurvedic medicine. I am a practitioner of that as well. All those kinds of spiritual things and things that Western medicine doesn't always look at, like using food as medicine, for example. So I sort of did all of that stuff. I used astrology, I used Ayurvedic medicine, I used that whole ecosystem from the Vedas to turn a 2-year prognosis into the last 22 years. So that's pretty darn good. I don't know. I'm thinking that that's a good thing. It certainly is for my family. I'm worth more alive than I am dead, I'll put it that way. As we all are, really. We all are. So we have karma, we have to take care of that in this lifetime, and that's the end of it. We have to take care of our karma. So it does look like someone, perhaps the divine, introduced you to another person. It could have been a lover's situation here. Someone may have been juggling, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be someone trying to make a decision between two things, kind of juggling things. Like, at the beginning of the year, I was, in a neuropsychology program. I was trying to complete that. I was working full time. I was doing this. I was, traveling for work. I was trying to volunteer for this. I'm a NOLA reader, so I'm a New Orleans reader. And I'm a member of a tomb owners association for one of the historic cemeteries in New Orleans, and we're trying to raise money for the softscaping. There was like a real need there. So it's been wrecked over the years by movie companies, production companies, TV companies, tourists, all that stuff. But that's like the resting place of my family, so we want to make sure that it stays in good order there. So I was kind of burning the candle at both ends, and someone's got to make a permanent decision, but they're still at a crossroads here, is what it's looking like to me. There could be something here about higher education for some of you. Some of you could be meeting a guru. That's part of Saturn's once in 30-year transit that it's about to enter on March 15th. That is part of this reading. And when that happens on March 15th, it will be there until about mid-October. There's a lot happening in mid-October. I believe that's when a solar eclipse is happening as well, or an eclipse is happening. I have to look that up again. I know that one of the first solar eclipses of 2023 is happening April 20th, which is just days before Jupiter moves on, crosses the Gandanta, or the threshold between Pisces and Aries in Vedic astrology. Right now, tropical astrology views Jupiter as being in Aries, but for Vedics, we have a 24-degree difference, so that's not the case for us, but it is going to be shortly. And Neptune just moved in to Vedic Pisces on February 18th, and it's going to be there for a very, very, very long time. So Neptune and Jupiter, of course, are the ruling planet of Pisces, the 12th house, and the sun will be moving there the same day that Saturn goes into Shadabishu. So very interesting energy here. I do see a new beginning coming in. I do see possibly a new job offer for some of you. There's going to be some money coming in here. You really do have to protect yourself. You're being told to defend yourself. This is the second or third time in this reading that the other side is bringing forward this message of protecting yourself, defending your home. So I do think it would be worth the investment, my beautiful Virgos, to look into like those little blink cameras or something that's small and, relatively inexpensive, affordable. There's an app for that, like quite literally. It's easy to use, and, a safe on Amazon. Get whatever size you need, and that's also relatively inexpensive these days. So just a few, just like a sort of an investment of a few $100s might really help you protect your home in meaningful ways, because I can tell you right now that police won't, even if you know who is invading your home, even if you've seen them, you have to have a full visual of their face on a camera to be able to get police to go in. In certain states, this is the case. I think in most states, they need to have a full visual, or they need to have, or in conjunction with that, they like to have some eyewitnesses, but that's not always possible. So it does look like an emperor is coming in here. This is more Cancerian energy. You started off, the first card is the strongest in any reading, and that started off with a Cancerian card. So this is the energy of home. This is the energy of a mother, love, a partner, someone who's very nurturing. There's a new start here connected to this person. So this person, whoever that is, whoever you identify with most, whether you identify with the King of Pentacles or the Queen of Cups, there is an Emperor coming in for a new beginning with you. And, and you could be getting some messages from this person. I see Year of the Horse as being relevant. Okay, now we're going to see something. This is the full moon. Actually, I woke up to this really bright light, so I like to look at the stars. When I'm in this location, I'm working from here at the moment, and when I'm in this location, I like to keep my shade open at night because I'm on like a second level. Nobody can really look in, so I can see the stars. This area happens to have some great stars, and the moon was like right in my window. It almost looked like the sun. In fact, I'll post it on my community page later today so you guys can see. Those moon photos were crazy. I took like a bunch of them. So I was up like, watching the moon basically all night, peeking. And then because I was up watching the moon, I actually got to see the sunrise today. So it was quite a day. And yeah, who knows what's going to happen next. So what you don't see coming here, there is an opportunity coming in. And it does look like to me that this is going to be coming in with some passion, possibly. And it's a new opportunity. You don't see it coming. And it is coming with this moon. It's coming through Cancerian energy. So you could be at home when you get a message from the Emperor. Or it could also be about money here too for some of you, because I do see this energy of a new opportunity coming in and some big money. That's really big money, but I do think this is a new beginning for you coming in, which I'm really glad to see, my beautiful Virgos. And if you want to see the extended for this, we're going to take it over to the extended. I just want to pull one more card, do I? Nope, I don't. I'm not going to. I was going to, and now I'm not. All right, my beautiful Virgos, we'll stop right there with that new opportunity. I do see more things coming in, and I just saw 1717 kind of flash by on the ticker there, and the time is now 9:49. That means some kind of karmic completion and wholeness when it comes to your home, when it comes to a marriage, when it comes to your finances. That number 4 is all about stability. So that's pretty awesome. Now I'm hearing the name Francine from the other side. I don't know if Francine is you or someone over there. I'm just hearing them call out that name. I'm also hearing Billy. Now that's a name I haven't heard for a while. Okay, I'm hearing Thomas. Thomas, I think, is a last name though. I'm kind of getting that energy there. It's like a last name. I don't know that these names are necessarily connected, by the way. I wish that you could see what I think I see anyway. I've had a lot of psych evals with the work I do, and absolutely ridiculously stable. So, there's a lot that science is just beginning to not just qualify, but quantify, including telepathy, which Harvard Medical School researchers published a study in 2014 that absolutely did measure how telepathy was actually something that happens between totally average humans across thousands of miles, people who speak completely different languages. They're able to send and receive messages. They were able to quantify that. How that's being used today in today's technology is up to you to figure out. But I can tell you that it is something that, when I started to work in this field, people did not, we would have had to classify someone who believed they were sending messages to other people as delusional, receiving messages from other people, mentally. That we would have had to say that today. Now it's been exposed as real. So the only thing that we have to say is that we can't verify these things, which I often say. I can't verify for you that I'm hearing the things I'm hearing. I can only tell you that what I'm hearing. And I can also tell you that I have a long family history of people who are psychic, including more famous individuals from the New Orleans area. In fact, I'm so well known there for this stuff amongst locals, particularly in the quarter, and amongst the old Algiers community. So anybody that's like sort of really deeply from New Orleans knows me and knows what I do and comes to me if they want to know the sex of their baby, if they want to know if they're going to have a baby, if they want to know if they're going to get the job, they want to know how to earn more money, what to do to beat a disease. We try to come up with all the things, and it's pretty interesting. I find it fascinating. This is Timothy Lentz's Archeon deck, and the bottom of the deck, just so you know, is the Spirit of Love. This is my ancestors card. So it's like the generations. Each of these, layers of these candles represents generations for me. This is a New Orleans deck. I did get it from Marie Laveau's shop, and I did make an offering, of course, and a prayer to Mama Laveau. So that's a sanctified, blessed deck, and this was blessed by Sal before it was sent to me. So everybody, I'm going to take this over to the extended, but before I do, here is another psychic medium who passed over to the other side. Her name is Heidi Messenger. She's one of my spirit guides. She died in 2019. We have been friends for many years, and her passing caught me by surprise because I just didn't want it to be true. But because she was psychic, she had the good foresight to make these beautiful oracle cards for us so that we could still communicate with her. She was a tropical Capricorn, Vedic Sag, and this is a number 6. So if you have 6, if you're born on the 6th, if you're born on a day that adds up to a 6, like the 24th, if you're born on like the 15th, the 6th, if you're born in the month of June, or like May 1st is your birthday. Anything that adds up to 6 here, I think, is relevant for you. May 1st, you're like, yeah, but this is a Virgo reading. Why would it be May 1st? Because you could be born in May and be a Virgo ascendant. You could be reading this because you're a Virgo moon. I don't know why you're here, but it's for any placement with Virgo in it. So this is usually messages coming in. The Raven is all about messages, and this is what Heidi says. The magic of Raven is both black and white. Take time with decisions to ensure they are right. I'll put that right here so you can see it when we come on back in for the extended on Patreon. Thanks so much for sticking with me. I hope you got some good information here, and I look forward to seeing you in a few minutes on the other side on Patreon. All the info is below. You can also email me if you have any questions. My next live event, public live event, won't be until June, and that will be through Eventbrite, and that's in Messages from Spirit event. I only do it twice a year. But I will be doing a live event for free just for YouTube subscribers, and I'll be doing a very special one for my Patreon soul family. So come on over to Patreon. It's a $10 bill today, and you literally can see 600 videos. It's unlimited. Actually, there's more than 600 videos, I believe, right now. And we're getting closer every week to 1,000. It's just getting up there. Every 3 weeks, I basically dump another 100 videos onto YouTube and Patreon. So we're really building up there. And in April, I'm going to have this kind of event for the 1-year anniversary of this channel. So thank you so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I do appreciate you, and I look forward to continuing this reading and clarifying this information, particularly the stuff about the need for security within the home. I'd like to know more about that. I'd also like to know what's happening between this Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, and then this Emperor that's coming in. I did see third-party energy coming up in the deck. I didn't want to go there in this reading, but let's take it to the extended, and I will see you there. Until then, have a great week. Bye now.